Hey everyone, what's going on? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little Man United roundup news video of the day's goings on and the latest transfer news in this gas transfer window that we are seeing from Manchester United so far. We're going to get into it all in this show and cover all the day's goings on and all the latest updates from all the respected journalists around the land and give you my thoughts and opinions and hear your thoughts and opinions as well. We do fully interact with the live chat here, so make sure you get your opinions and thoughts in the comments section there, and also do us a massive favor and smash that like button at the start of the stream, give it a cheeky little thumbs up and share it around, and hit that subscribe button too if you're new to the show, and get in the chat. I want to say thank you to everybody in here. Ellie, thanks for putting the members thing in there, hope you're good. G-Wolf United Gaming, Reaper King, Stephen Carr, Days Gone, Eddie's Football Waffle, Johnny M, Fire Up, Joseph Lewis, Nas, Keshav, Ricardo, Sub 2, Fire Up there, Lalo Vera, Stephen Carr, Super Dinuyum, Dean M, Nas786, and everybody else as well. Thanks very much for joining us for the live stream. If you're on catch up later, get yourself down below in the comment section and say hello. Right, so we've got some stuff to get into, folks. We're going to get into the De Jong non-news a bit later on, but to begin with, there is a lot of reports coming out in the last sort of 24 hours that United are making headway with a move for Antony, and have been discussing this internally at the football club and are getting around about ready to perhaps table an offer. This is what's going round the water cooler at the moment, so to speak. So, we have got lots of different reports coming out that says that we are sort of pushing for Antony and we're trying to bring this guy in. In terms of the sort of acquisitions we need to make this summer, we need to make several different signings in several key areas. This guy would be a good signing, I think, because of his age, because of his quality so far that he's shown, that relationship there with Ten Hag, and he wouldn't be a ridiculous amount of money either. And we have a report here from James Ducker of the Telegraph that says that United have held potential talks for this guy, essentially. Let's have a look at this. So Man United have held talks over a potential move for the Ajax forward Antony, but are waiting for a breakthrough in negotiations with Barcelona for Frankie de Jong before advancing in any other deals. So basically we are in for this guy. He is obviously a player we're trying to sign, and we need to, because we've got a serious amount of gash players at the squad that need to be, either whipped into shape or just sacked off entirely. Maybe you could somehow sell a player like Tony Martial and generate some cash to maybe help pay for this deal and get some wages off your books. But then again, nobody wants the guy because he's guff. So in regards to, this guy though, we're interested. We've been discussing it. Obviously, Ten Hag has a short list, which in my opinion seems reasonably short. It seems like it is indeed a short list, and it's mostly Ajax players, guys. Don't know if you've noticed this, but we are seemingly linked to pretty much every single Ajax player that there is. Wouldn't be surprised to see Daley Blind coming in at this stage. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm just saying we've got a lot of different options there at Ajax. There's players that we've been linked to. Jurriën Timber deal, maybe that seems dead at the moment. But there's Antony, and there's, of course, which we'll also talk about a bit later, Lisandro Martinez, guys. Hello there, Zaki. How you doing, bro? And Brave786, Reaper, Tonk Nash, Mark Coughlin, Johnny M. Everyone, thank you guys for getting in here. Do drop a thumbs up as you're joining the stream and get in the chat and have your say. So Antony is looking like a possibility for Manchester United. We've got the interest there. Even reports coming out from the Gash Sun and the Gash Mirror that United have had representatives fly over to Amsterdam yesterday to discuss a potential move. Or maybe it was today, actually, but to discuss a potential move. I mean, whether or not that's the case, we don't know. I mean, usually those publications I don't really base on my opinion on, to be fair. But, listen, we are understood to be interested in this guy. Hopefully it's true. Hopefully there's representatives that have been sent over to discuss this deal with Ajax and try and get the wheels in motion for this signing. Because I think it's pretty clear we need to get this man in. So it's a very frustrating situation for United fans. We know that this window has been a calamitous window so far. It's been pitiful in every single possible way. There's no signings that have come in just yet. We still are working on the De Jong deal. So it seems like a lot of these transfers are probably not going to happen until that's sorted out. That's like the key signing we've got coming in this summer, and he's going to sort that midfield out and make sure that it's not a complete fucking gash mess, and we're going to hopefully see Ten Hag bring about a new style which Frankie de Jong can help with. And of course, we'll have Donny van der Beek in there as well, who will absolutely be able to, I think, play in a Ten Hag system because he already has done, and just to be able to, you know, bring about a bit of passing IQ in the middle of the park rather than the sort of guff options we've got at the moment, such as McFred. So yeah, it's one of those guys. It's much needed player. We have to sort of, I suppose, find out whether or not we can get this guy, because we do have to work on the midfield more than any other areas of the team. So I suppose you don't want to go ahead and spunk your whole wad on all different players in different positions, like the right wing, this, you know, or different centre back, a right back, etc., and then not be left with enough money to get the top centre midfielders that you need. So we do have to get this De Jong deal wrapped up, which is very frustrating. So, you know, I do think if there is going to be an Antony deal, it's not going to be anytime soon either. I mean, it would be nice to think that United could get a deal done within a few days turnaround of actually having an interest, but we know what we're like. We know what we're like. Just going to dip into the live chat for a sec. Joseph Lewis says, as much as I would love for Antony to come, do you think he knows he's going to ruin his career coming to us and end up getting sold for about 10 million? I mean, I don't know about that, pal. It does seem a little bit pessimistic, to be fair. I mean, there are some good reason behind what you're saying, though. You've seen a lot of players do that over the years, come here and sort of really fail to get going at United and just struggle to have an impact, but also maybe even catch the disease at United, which is this mediocre disease of gashness, which for some reason, I have no idea why, but seems to infect every single player when they come in here. So good point. Maybe, who knows? We've seen what happened with Donny just recently as well. Bear says 85 million for De Jong is daylight robbery. Well, if it was pounds, that's absolutely disgraceful. If it's euros, then what's that, about 75 million quid? If that's the total, including add-ons that we pay for Frankie de Jong, I'm sorry, but at this stage, I think we've kind of just got to go for it and get him in here. I don't know if that's going to be the fee. I think, you know, 70 million pounds sounds more reasonable to me. We do still need to get a deal in place for Frankie de Jong, and we are still not able to do that. It is quite a ridiculous situation that we're in, unable to get these offers in there, really. It's just the negotiations are so slow with what we're trying to do. Slabby Maguire-esque is our recruitment team, so they're inspired by the Slab, it seems. And hopefully they have a better performance than the Slab, though, in the window, and eventually do manage to get the players that we need. People like Frankie de Jong, Antony, of course, would be a great signing as well. If we could get a defender in there, like a Pau Torres or Alessandro Martinez, or, you know, and get a cheeky little right back in there, Denzel Dumfries or something, we would be all feeling pretty damn decent about going into the season. But as things stand right now, we're no better off. In fact, we're actually worse than we were last season, because there's no Cavani here, who was a decent player for us. Paul Pogba, okay, you know, he's a bit gash for us, but he's still Paul Pogba. He's still a good player, you know. Wow, that's, you know what I mean. He's still a player. Then there's also, you know, the other players that have gone, Mathematics, etc. We've just been weakened so far this summer, so it's pretty shoddy and shocking that they haven't managed to get any players in so far. It's sickening, in fact. Hey there, SG Bishnu. How you doing, David Lee? Chrissy J. Ulf793, you legend as well. Thank you for getting in here. Hope you're good. And Say No More Gov says, hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing great. Thank you very much for joining and getting in the live chat here. Yeah, I mean, hopefully we can get some good reinforcements in soon. But I think that it's all hinging more or less on if we can get De Jong over the line in a timely fashion. And if we can't agree a De Jong deal, move on to the next target, because, of course, Ten Hag knows the midfield's the number one priority to strengthen. That is the worst area. Of course, the defence is shite too, guys. The defence is absolutely measly as well, with a human fridge as captain. However, you know, the midfield really does need addressing, because we'll be going into next season literally with McFred in the centre of the park. So we've got to do something there. You've got to sign a player right now. And that has to be Frankie de Jong, I suppose, because that's Ten Hag's number one target that he wants and he's been working on. And if you can't sign in, then you've got to move on to somebody else. But I suppose you've got to address the midfield situation with the most importance. So, you know, it's a very frustrating situation with Frankie, but hopefully things get a little bit better there in the coming days, and we hear about, you know, a new bid. But there are, you know, just in regards to Antony, so Ajax, there's a report here coming out from Spain that Ajax's ideas a few years ago was to keep Antony for another year, but because Man United are pushing hard at the moment and are willing to make a great offer, it's basically opened the door essentially. So if they can receive about 50 million euros for him, maybe they would sell him. So there is an understanding for Ajax that that's the amount of money that he would be worth. That's the sort of money it would take to bring him in, is 50 million euros, guys. Do you think that represents good value for money to get this guy in? Brazilian winger, 22. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think that is a good value deal for Manchester United. Smash a 2 in the live chat if you think that's too much. It's not a good deal. We should look elsewhere. But I mean, just to look at his statistics over the last couple of seasons. So he is only 22, right, guys? So which is, you know, a young, moldable player who's developed really well so far under Ten Hag. And, you know, he's got that relationship with which is already good plus points. He's already getting involved for Brazil's team as well. 6 caps. He's, you know, he's obviously a talented young player. He's basically played 23 appearances in the Eredivisie this season just gone. And he scored 8 times, getting 4 assists. So, you know, goal scoring and also creating as well, maybe more so goal scoring than creating here. So it gives you an idea of what sort of player he may be. 7 appearances in the Champions League, 2 goals, 4 assists. So providing more of the provider in the Champions League there. That's a good return of 6 assists plus goals in 7 appearances, which is pretty great. Not too bad at all from Antony, really. So you look at that season, pretty damn good. In the Cup over there in the Eredivisie, he's played 3 times, scored 2 assists. So he's had a pretty good season. And you go back and look at the season before that in 2021, and he's played 32 times. He's had 9 goals and 8 assists. So decent statistics for this young guy that's coming through from Ten Hag. And what I would trust in is Ten Hag's judgment and ability. If you've got to give him the players that he wants to do the job. And if he thinks that he's going to be a good player that is going to come in there to, you know, to improve the team, I suppose 50 million euros is not the most amount of money. So lots of ones coming to like chat. So how much do you think it would take then for Man United to bring this guy in? I do think that they probably wouldn't want to send him for less than 50 million euros. He's a good asset, of course. You know, he's somebody that's probably going to appreciate in value over the next coming seasons as well. There should be 1 or 2 other big clubs that would be interested in this guy as well. So he's a coveted player. He's a young player. He's a player with bags of potential. And he's just a good prospect, isn't he, guys? I mean, we are a little bit heavy in those positions, right? So we've got Sancho. Sancho is just come in for the last season. When I say heavy in those positions, I actually don't mean heavy in those positions. I just mean there is a little bit of competition there for him. We need another winger really, but we've got Sancho because of what happened with Greenwood. We've got Sancho who's come in, who's probably going to be, you know, one of the main guys in the team as well. But he could maybe play on the left side. You could see Antony playing on the right side. You could also see what happens with Rashford because of the Ronaldo situation. There's a thought at the moment, if we don't get a decent forward, which it doesn't look like at the moment, that we'll probably be having to play Rashford in the second fiddle position to Ronaldo as a sort of option to come in there and play up the top. So because of that, it does open up some options for bringing Antony in. Also, Martial, the same could be said for him. Both of those players can also play out wide as well. And we do have young Anthony Elanga as well, who's also going to be a good prospect and probably play a fair amount of games. But these guys, you know, there's a couple of those guys are just not quite good enough and need to prove themselves if they're really going to get in the team. So I think the more the merrier in these positions, the more sort of, you know, if you can get a good forward player and he could play wide, who could get you some goals, who could maybe himself play a time or 2 at striker if you need be, it's only going to help us out. Keshav Chanjan Singh thinks Sancho is indeed terrible. Or was indeed terrible. Sorry, yeah, he did not have a good season, did he? But I've still got hopes for Jadon Sancho. I think this guy will come good. I think it's just a matter of time, really. Especially now Ten Hag's in there, because he might get him playing a better style. If you look at what maybe he was playing at Dortmund and the way they were playing with that sort of more sort of gegenpress or, you know, higher up the pitch press type play. If we can get back to that, hopefully Sancho will be good, because his statistics over in the Bundesliga are amazing. We know that doesn't translate over to the Premier League very well, but it's just his first season. What a shit team to go into, guys. It's a horrible team. You know, imagine trying to do that, though. Imagine trying to go into that team and have a successful season, though. Okay, you'd have to be a super individual star, which at his stage, at his age, don't think he's ready for that coming into the Premier League, obviously. It's a baptism of fire. But the team's so shit. If he had just slotted into a really good team, he'd have probably had a decent season, I think, a good developmental season. But because he's gone into a team that is absolutely bang average and firing on 0 cylinders, he's been unable to make any headway and impress because the team around him is also shite. So it's not helped him. He's not been helped at all with his first season. Let's judge him on this next season properly. I think he'll come good. What do you think, guys? Smash a 69 in the live chat if you think that Jadon Sancho will come good. Smash any different number if you don't think that he will. Thank you, Rush Mano, you legend. Get in there, my son. He says, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Rushy. Yeah, everybody, if you're new, hit the sub up. Also, drop a like on this video. Let's get this sucker to 100 likes and get your thoughts in the chat as always. So anyway, this guy's got a lot of potential. He's a good, exciting young Brazilian winger. it makes a lot of sense for Manchester United to go in for him and to try and bring in a couple of Ajax players this summer. So we'll just talk about that for a sec. Ten Hag's clearly trying to raid Ajax. I mean, it makes sense. He's got a short list of players. He's got different options, of course, from different teams. There was mentions of like Pau Torres, but now it seems like Lisandro Martinez would be quite high up on the list because, you know, he's also a good young prospect. He's also a 24, good player, international, all the rest of it that he's had a relationship with and worked with and knows can do a job for him and is a left-footed centre back as well and that kind of thing and can play CDM and all the rest of it. So, you know, Ten Hag, I personally don't think it's any bad thing that we go and try and raid Ajax for players because they're a very talented team. They are limited in the Eredivisie for where they can go, but they're all, if you look at what he's assembled there, they're all sort of really good young talent that all the top clubs want. And, you know, if we could get a couple of them in the team, that's only going to help our transition to playing that sort of football as well. They've been used to playing a certain way. If you could get Frankie de Jong in there, which is one of the biggest signings, I think, for bringing about a change of a Ten Hag style of play at United. If you get Frankie de Jong in the middle, Antony on the right, maybe get Donny van de Beek in the centre of the park there, popping it off as well. And then, you know, there's even others, Martinez playing at centre back. You know, you've got instantly a bit of a spine of that sort of team anyway, of that sort of philosophy that they've been used to. So it just helps. I'm not saying we're instantly going to turn into, you know, that sort of style team overnight, but it just helps when you've got a few people who know already what is expected and what's sort of the process. So definitely think that it would be good for us to get a couple of Ajax players in. Maybe there's better players we could go and get at other teams, but they're quite expensive. Thing is with Ajax this summer, they got to sell all their players, guys, because everybody's after them. They don't have to sell all their players. They probably will not. They'll obviously try and keep on as many players as they can. They don't even really want to sell these players, but if the price is right, there's no choice. They're going to have to cash in. So they're expected to have to sign a good few new players this summer, and they're expected to sell a lot of players for a lot of money. How much money is the question? I think it would take 50 million euros for Man United to bring this guy in. What do you guys think? How much do you think it would take for Man United to bring in Antony? I think 50 million euros should get the job done. That's quite a large chunk of our transfer budget. But then if you factor in that we're probably going to sell a couple of players as well, we should still have a hefty chunk left to get de Jong and then also a defender and then also another midfielder, hopefully, and then maybe even a cheeky little fullback. Good evening there, Scott Berg. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're good. How are you getting on? No to Fridge Head, says Rajat Valencia. Vutinator says 1.5 billion stolen by these leechers. Hashtag Glazers out. Get in there, my son. I agree, Vutinat. Vincent Pullett, thank you. He says 45 million. Hey there, F the man. I hope you're good, bud. How you getting on? Rajat Valencia thinks 50 minimum, 43 to 45 million pounds. Right, yeah. I reckon that's probably about right, dudes. It seems like a reasonable amount of money for this guy because he does have bags of potential. There could still be like a transitional period for this guy when you look at some of the teams, some of the players that have come in recently. They don't always take to it like a duck to water, do they? Look at Sancho, for instance. Hopefully Antony would do because, like I say, he'd have Ten Hag there coaching him, and it just makes sense to like have this guy come in and do a job for him that he already knows he could do. 55 mil, says Charlie. Joseph Lewis says 40 million pounds is in euros. Yeah, so it's like 50 million euros is about 40 odd million quid. Getting on good. Nice one, Efterman. He thinks 30 million would be more of the price. Fair play, my son. Right, okay, so we've also got some other reports here about Antony that so basically Antony, we're pushing to sign Antony. We're willing to make an offer of 60 million euros for him. This is a report from Spain. Personally, question the legitimacy of this report, of course. 60 million euros is a lot of money. I don't think necessarily he's worth, I mean, okay, maybe he is worth that, in all fairness, if you look at it from a point of view of what sort of a player he is and where he's at in his career. But because he's at Ajax, I just think that's a little bit too much money for them to ask. So I don't think it makes a lot of sense for us to pay that much for him because, yeah, he's a piece of the puzzle, but there is still a couple of wingers we've got in the team. I mean, worst case scenario, you don't even get any wingers, but you just get 2 defenders and 2 midfielders, and United would still be pretty decent, I think, because you'd have like Martial, Elanga, Rashford, Sancho, youngsters like Diallo, Pellistri, etc. So you'd still have quite a lot of wingers in those areas. So I don't think it would be that bad of a situation, even if we didn't get them. Yeah, Dutch Christ says Antony's fire as fuck. Busy the Breeze says sell and buy player, pre-season starts soon. Maguire out, well said. I can't believe how long it's been taking these guys and how slow it is. So So, yeah, as I said earlier as well, there are reports that officials arrived in Amsterdam to discuss the possibility of Antony coming to Man United. So maybe that might not be true because, let's face it, I think the reports from the Mirror, which basically you might as well do what you would do with a mirror and fucking crack it and smash it. We wouldn't do that because you don't want bad luck, but you know what I mean? Just fucking ignore it, basically. But there you go. There is some reports that we have had representatives fly over to Amsterdam to discuss the deal, which hopefully would be a possibility. And although Antony is happy, at Ajax, it's understood he would welcome a move to Manchester United just because Ten Hag's here. And also it is a big step up in terms of profile of the team. And he would get paid more money as well. Let's face it, if he could get a transfer to United in the Premier League, it would be a bit of a, a step up for him and his career. So he's expected to be interested. But then again, we've seen some sort of other players recently, like Jurriën Timber, have his mindset maybe changed by Louis van Gaal to basically maybe think that it's better off to stay at at Ajax, as the reports were anyway. So also, Antony's valued at around about £50 million by Ajax, as that's what their reports are. And Ajax are not prepared to let everybody completely buy all of their players this summer. So if you are going to buy an Ajax player now that they've already sold a couple and that there's lots of players been linked with a move away, you might have to pay decent money because otherwise they're going to be left with, a barren squad and they've got to sign players and stuff. So, they might not want to sell players for a little amount of money. It might take a reasonable bit in order to get these guys in. So it's possible that happens. Okay, so we've also got another report that's coming tonight. Thank you, Rushmana, for sending me a couple of things over here that says that United have held informal talks over Antony. Ten Hag's originally discussed him with Murtaugh during transfer summit in Amsterdam. So there you go. Remember when they had a little bit of a meeting in Amsterdam a little while ago? And Manchester Evening News also did indeed report that Manchester United officials are in Amsterdam to seal a move to Ajax, from Ajax to United as well. So they've already reported that as well. So it's interesting. So a few different outlets such as The Sun and The Mirror, I believe, reported that, which you can never really bank on. But now I think MEN has posted it on their site anyway. Okay, so let's. So there's the Antony news, guys. We're gonna have a Q&A at the end. I mean, Antony, I think, is an exciting player. You look at his stats, you look at what he's done so far. You look at how he's developing, the relationship with Ten Hag, the understanding that he's already got of the system that maybe Ten Hag would look to implement at United. All of these things are very positive for us. He should be obtainable. He should be available. If the price is right, Ajax will want to do business. So there shouldn't be much stopping us and getting in our way other than the shithouse Glazers. That's pretty much all it would be, is them stopping the situation by not allowing us to spend a decent amount of money on this guy, basically. That's really what it is. Depends who else we get in as well, such as Frankie de Jong. If we can get that deal over the line, maybe we'd be prepared to spend a good chunk then on Antony. But as I said, unless we can actually get that midfield sorted out, I think maybe we'll see these deals done a little bit slowly, because United have to sort that midfield out. You've got to improve in that area. And if United are going to be strengthened anywhere this summer, I think Ten Hag should know the midfield is the place. I think we need two midfielders like De Jong and Ruben Neves, or De Jong and Tielemans, or De Jong and then like a more destroyer type as well, like a Sangare or a Kante, or just something like that. That is what I would like to see, but I don't know. I really don't have any faith that we'll get two midfielders. But at the very least, I'd like to think we could get a new defender, a centre-back ideally to replace Slabby Maguire, a new midfielder, which would be Frankie de Jong, I suppose, and then we've also got Donny coming in, which could almost be like a new midfielder if Ten Hag can get the best out of him. And then also Antony would be a very, very good signing as well because of his age, his potential, and also that Ten Hag relationship and history as well. So it does make a lot of sense. Guys, we've got 143 legends in here watching the stream. We are on 83 likes, only 17 away from 100. Let's have a little Baker Brigade like spike, see if we can get to 100 likes. So do smash that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new as well. Get in the chat. You only need to be subscribed for 1 minute to have a chat. So do get in there and let us know your thoughts and opinions on these guys. So in terms of the midfield, we need to get that sort of position sorted out. So Ten Hag probably wants to address that first, which is why we're pushing for Frankie de Jong, which is why we're working on Frankie de Jong and trying to get this deal sewn up. And it's not easy because they are asking for a lot of money. They are trying to bend United over, and United just, okay, we can spend the money, but we want to try and save as much as possible. We know how the Glazers work. And when I say we, I mean they, because we know how they work, because they're, they obviously are trying to push it down a few mil. They could spend the money and just get the deal done and spend an extra few million quid, but they're prepared to just let it drag out, let Barca just sweat a little bit as well, and let these negotiations sort of play out, rather than pay the premium of getting a player in nice and early doors. If that was the case, we'd probably already see this guy in here. We know that players can come in, there's been big players that have come in already at the start of the window. Erling Haaland, of course, Darwin Núñez. These guys have all come in for big money, particularly Darwin Núñez deal where they paid a premium. So it can be done. We just have not had the ambition to do it. But maybe it's not the right thing to do when you've got so many areas to strengthen in the team. So I understand it from one point of view, but it is classic Glazer shithousery, not spending the money early, taking their time to negotiate these deals down massively over the course of the window. Very frustrating, but that's how the situation is. We're trying to focus on Frankie de Jong to Manchester United. Once Ten Hag has got his man in, once he's got this deal sewn up, it's more likely that then we'll see other flurries of transfers coming in, hopefully. And we know that Man United have been working on Christian Eriksen as well. So, yeah, so hopefully we see a little flurry soon, guys. But at the moment, it's still just gash slow. No news, Man United at the moment. Just Monitor FC, linked to everybody. And lots of speculation about us having bids ready to be tabled, but no actual official bids. Nothing actually with any sort of real basis at the moment. Just the fact that we know that we're going in for Frankie, and we've been having verbal discussions with Barcelona for a long time now. I mean, how long did it take to get this guy in 10 days? 11 days they've been chatting about Frankie de Jong. Goodness me. It's actually, it's worse than a bunch of dinner ladies, aren't they, nattering away, these guys? All summer long, they've been discussing this situation. So surely it's getting close. Surely it's getting close to the point where we know that we can do a deal, or close to the point we know we can't do a deal and we can move on. So pretty frustrating situation. But let's get on to the next piece of business then, guys, which is Christian Eriksen. We got a little update on Christian Eriksen, and we have Romano said on his Here We Go podcast that United are seriously interested in Eriksen. They're waiting for the player's answer. Brentford have not given up, and Tottenham have other priorities. This is basically the quotes here. So it does mean, that we shouldn't be too. It shouldn't be too difficult for Manchester United to get this deal done. I think if Brentford have got an offer on the table, United have got an offer on the table, he should come to United. But I saw an article earlier on. It was on the Gash Daily Mail though, which said that there was 5 offers on the table for Christian Eriksen to choose from. So they were suggesting that there's more clubs that are interested. There could be more offers for this guy on the table. And even like, Simon Stone from the BBC said we haven't even necessarily tabled an offer yet. He was basically insinuating that we're ready to make an offer to him. So that was what his report was today. Maybe they're a little bit slow and behind it, because David Ornstein did report a week ago, or a few days ago at least it was, to say that Man United had tabled an offer, or a contract offer to Christian Eriksen, and had been in discussions with his team representatives and things like that. So we do think that the Eriksen situation is that Man United are leading the chase there, but not too much new stuff on it. We're just waiting for an answer. We do have a little bit more information though about West Ham maybe entering in the fray. So reports come out here that says that West Ham are interested in Christian Eriksen potentially as well, and maybe they're one of the teams that have tabled an offer. So whether or not that's the case, I don't know, but there could be certainly more clubs than what we know of that are interested in this guy, because he's a very good player for free. It's a shrewd bit of business for anybody who brings him in. He doesn't cost any money, and he's an experienced Premier League proven player. I would have thought that it would have been Conte with his little bit of history with him as well, and with the Spurs connection. I would have thought that would have been the place to go. But we have reports maybe from Fabrizio and various other sources that say maybe Spurs are not interested or not focusing on that right now. They're looking at other areas of the team, and Eriksen is not really the one that they want. So it does mean that United should hopefully get our man. Maybe not though, because let's face it, we often lose out to. It wouldn't surprise me right now if he chose Brentford over us, guys. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he's like, no, I like the law of London, and I'm just going to stay in Brentford. Could you imagine it, guys? Could you imagine if he signs a new deal at Brentford? Could you imagine? Could you imagine? I can imagine that, guys, actually. I can. because he'll get guaranteed game time at Brentford, right? I don't know how much money Brentford are prepared to pay him. Probably not as much as Man United, but you never know. They are in the Premier League for the second season. They've got a big cash. He is a free player. So doesn't that money make sense to be spent, you know, on quite a high weekly wage to keep him in? I would be a little bit concerned about that, guys, about us maybe losing out on him to Brentford now. You know? I'm not even kidding, because United are not in the Champions League. It's not like United under Fergie back in the day when we actually had such an allure to play for us. This is a totally different gas-tastic shell of a Man United team, to be fair, that needs fixing by Ten Hag, and he's only just started, right? So it's not the most appealing of places to come, I don't think, especially if Bruno Fernandes is there in your position, and maybe he's, you know, he's probably expected to be the starter, and you're coming in to play more of a versatile role or more of a backup rotation role. Is that what he wants at his stage of his career? Or does he want to play week in, week out? Don't know. We'll have to find out. So we're waiting on Christian Eriksen's decision, and we understand that United have got an offer in there. So hopefully it will happen. Thank you, Rushmano. He says subscribe to the channel. Ellie's put a link to the gaming channel in there as well. Thank you, Ellie. Please do check out the gaming channel, Flying Pig Gaming, if you haven't done as well. Thank you so much for FIFA streams and stuff. Nice one, Ellie. Jeffers says, good evening. How you doing there, Jeffers, man? One of the channel member Dons, how are you getting on? And Night Whisper, how are you, bud? He says, my beloved Reds, good evening. Just tuning in now. Anything exciting, bro? Same old Gash, Kane. How you getting on, Kane? Same old Gash and Pogo Gamer. There's lots of legends getting in it now. Thank you for joining us, folks. We're nearly at 100 likes as well. Thank you for all getting in and dropping the old thumbs up. So, just a quick update on Christian Eriksen there, really, folks. So Tottenham Hotspur, we understand they're yet to make an approach for Christian Eriksen. So they have had some sort of interest in him, but they're yet to sort of follow up formally with their interest on him. He's obviously been playing well with Brentford for the last part of the season. There's other clubs that have perhaps been interested, such as even Inter Milan, a couple of clubs in Italy, Brentford, and a report came out that West Ham may well be interested in them as well. So there's teams that are interested in getting this player in, and hopefully he chooses Man United, because I think it's a great bit of business if we can get him in. Let's ask the live chat then, guys. Where do you think Christian Eriksen ends up? Who does he choose? Where does he go? What does the future hold for Christian Eriksen? Hey, we got a super chat here from Pedram Asghari. He says, stay amazing, man. Hey, thank you, Pedram, man. Thank you so much. Can we get a sue in the live chat? Pedram Paragomi. Sorry, not Pedram Paragomi. Sorry, Pedram Asghari. That's another Pedram. Pedram Asghari, you legend. Thank you so much. I got my Pedrams mixed up. How you doing? Thank you so much. Let's get a sue in there for Pedram Asghari. Abdullah Irwan has been a member of this channel for 14 months. You Don, how you getting on, dude? He says, hi all, I want Ten Hag. Build up the system. Nice one there, Abdullah. I like that. Ten Hag. Okay. Don't know if you meant to do that, but respect. Anyway, this guy, yeah, hopefully he will get the system, changed pretty quickly. We'll see in pre-season sort of what he's working on and what the approach will be initially, what the sort of initial instructions will be to the players and sort of how we approach those games. And then obviously we'll see with the first couple of months of the season how it sort of develops and how we evolve. We will change the style, I think. We will be a different team under Ten Hag. It's just going to take a bit of time. It won't happen overnight, but fundamentally they can change a lot of things. And actually, if you do sign new players that are familiar, especially with the Ten Hag system as well, such as I've said, Martinez, de Jong, you've got Donny there, but also Antony, these sorts of guys, that only increases your chances of playing a new system quicker. So yeah, good shout there, my man. Thank you so much. Let's get a hashtag 14 months in there for Abdullah Irwan, who has been a member of this channel for well over a year now. What an absolute legend. Appreciate that. Rushy says we got 111 likes. Come on. So Christian Eriksen is reported to have offers from 5 clubs. This is on the MEN as well. And these clubs are actually listed as the following on there. So look, this is the MEN via the Daily Mail. You know my opinions on publications like the Daily Mail, the Sun and the Mirror. It's basically, it's lining for your birdcage, guys, to shat on, or for yourself if you've run out of toilet paper. That's all it's really good for. So, but there you go. He has apparently got offers from 5 different clubs, and the 5 different clubs are apparently Man United, Brentford, West Ham, Everton, and Leicester. And Ajax. That's 6 clubs, But anyway, so that's apparently what's going on then. Could you imagine if Ajax just signed him on a free and they just sold us Antony or something for 50 mil? They'd be loving it, wouldn't they? Anyway, so Christian Eriksen reportedly linked to Ajax. Why is he bringing a Dutch invasion to United, says the big guy? Well, it's sort of his influence, isn't it? Him being a Dutchman coming from the Eredivisie. That's sort of expected, really. You often see that. Look what sort of happened at Wolves over the last few years with their Portuguese managers and the Portuguese vibe. It's sort of expected a little bit. They do often bring a few players in that they like. Reports of Conte going for Bastoni and things like this. They do often bring players in that they like and they know as well. So I'm not too worried about it. I think there'll obviously be a few players that come in from the Eredivisie. It's not the strongest league in the world. This is it. There is a question mark about if these players can do it in the Premier League. But what we've seen from them is have a very successful group stage in the Champions League and look very, very impressive against really good teams, and also have a very successful campaign in the Eredivisie, as they always do. So it seems like they're good players. It seems like they're a good team, and Ten Hag surely wouldn't be interested in bringing them in if he thought there were better options for the Premier League that he could maybe go and get them, these guys. So I'm not too bothered about him going to raid Ajax. I think it actually makes a bit of sense for us to get a couple of players in that know the sort of system, that know how Ten Hag operates, that know how it all works, and can help us with that transition to playing that nice sort of attacking football even sooner. Come on, up the Ten Hag! Let's go! Hashtag up the Ten Hag! That sounds a bit wrong, doesn't it, again? Anyway. Super chat. Right. Okay, so there's the update for you on Christian Eriksen, guys. It's thought Tottenham are out of the race, but who knows? They might follow it up with an offer. Brentford still very interested, probably put in quite a strong offer, I would imagine, as well. Thomas Frank keen to keep hold of a really good player who's already played for them, is already settled in the area, etc. So, that is a possibility that he even stays at Brentford. Oh, shit, when I asked the live chat as to who... Shit, I forgot. Oh yeah, this is what everyone said. Sorry, when I asked where does everybody think they're going to go, that he's going to go. Spurs says Ulf. Ajax says Pedro Mascari. Us says Nathan Phelps. Spurs says Elliot Manduna. Manchester United says Scott Berg. Pedram's loving it. Spurs says the big guy. So a lot of people still think that Spurs could go in and get him. 111 likes. Nice one, Rushmano. That's awesome. Sorry, I'm having a mocker, guys. It's giving me some issues. It's not fizzy, but I've got gas for some reason. Right, anyway. Hey, FIFA Flop TV has become a member of the channel. Dudes, everybody welcome FIFA Flop TV to the channel, man. Thank you very much for becoming a member there, dude. I really appreciate that. New member alert. Everyone, please get your favourite Bacon Brigade emoji in the live chat to welcome in FIFA Flop TV. Thank you for choosing to support the channel, my son. Get in there. Come on, let's go. Thank you, FIFA Flop. Oh, shit. Night Whisper with a 500 knock super sticker. Holy shit, the Bedved Pavel Nedved, my friends. That's a whole lot of Norwegian Krona White there, dude. Get in. You legend. Thank you so much to Night Whisper. Wowzers. It's a super sticker of what appears to be a little pear on a rocket going into the stratosphere. Is that Harry Maguire? In all fairness, you know what I'd like, Night Whisper, is for Man United to be that quick in the transfer window, mate. Look at how rapid that thing is. He's going like the clappers there, mate. Not like us in the transfer window at all. Thank you so much for that, boss. Really appreciate that. 116, nice, mate. Nut, how you getting on with another super chat as well? Thank you, boss. He sent another. These Norwegian kroner are flying in, my friend. This time, Nut's getting in on the act. He says, where are you? Also, smash the thumbs up. Oh, thank you, Nut. What a legend. Thank you so much to Nut there, guys. Everybody, please do what he says. Drop a big old thumbs up on this video. Let's get this sucker to 169 likes and all that sort of jazz. Thank you so much. Wow, Luke says 500 knock equals 41 quid. No way. Dude, Night Whisper, man. Thank you so much for that, boss. That's absolutely outrageous. You're a legend. Wowzers. Guys, everyone, big love hearts in there for these legends, man. We've got 2 new members there. Well, Abdullah's been a member for 14 months. We've got new member FIFA Flop TV. Night Whisper with a super sticker. Nut with a super sticker as well. Super chat as well. Thank you, guys. Let's get some love hearts in there for these legends. And Johnny Van de Gallagher as well. With an angry super sticker, mate. And get some in there for Johnny Van de Gallagher as well. Johnny Van de Gallagher. My goodness me. Thank you very, very much for that, bud. Right, let's get on to the next order of business. So we've talked about De Jong a little bit. We talked about, this Antony deal, which could potentially happen. Let's talk about Lisandro Martinez for a second, because Lisandro Martinez is a player that we're looking at. It's not currently understood to be a top priority for Man United, because we are trying to improve the midfield and maybe even other areas over the defensive position, because we have got a lot of defenders at the club. None of them are any good, but we have got a lot of defenders at the football club, right? So until we can get a couple of those out, it's not. I suppose it's not a priority position, because we've got a lot of players there, none of which are good. But you've have to get Bailey out, or maybe even try and get some of these other players like Phil Jones offloaded. But Lisandro Martinez is high up on Ten Hag's list, from what we understand. Like, he is obviously a fan of him because he's worked with him. He knows that he can do a job for him. Left-footed centre-back, can also play CDM. Versatile, young, knows the system. All these sorts of things are very positive plus points for us to be bringing in Lisandro Martinez. So there's another player we've been linked to quite heavily this summer, which is Pau Torres. I just want to ask the live chat, who would you rather see come in out of those two players if we were to bring in a centre-back this summer? Lisandro Martinez or Pau Torres? Pedro Mascari with another super chat, mate. Thank you very much. He says, I sent you a worm DM. Oh, a warm. I sent you a warm DM. I was thinking, crikey, thank God it's not a worm. Sent you a warm DM on Insta. Got to go for now. Oh, thank you so much. I'll check that out in a little bit, man, and get back to you. Thank you very much. He says, thank you so much for these streams, and all your hard work and dedication is just amazing. Love ya, man. Dude, feeling the love vibes from the live chat tonight, and yourself there, Pedro Mascari. Thank you so much, Pedro. Dude, you're a legend, mate. Guys, get some love hearts in there for Pedro. Thank you for that, dude. I'll check your message out soon and get back to you. Have a good night, and thank you so much for getting in there, you legend. Nice one. Okay, so do a poll, says Night Whisper. We could do a poll, right? Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll do a poll for centre-backs. Chuck a couple more centre-backs that we've been linked with here, right, guys, at me. I'm just trying to think. So which centre back do you like? Do you want? Let's go Pau Torres, Lisandro Martinez, yeah, Pau Torres has definitely been linked, absolutely. Torres, I guess we could just do Torres and Lisandro Martinez. I'm just trying to think of others, but I'm struggling. Well, Timber's sort of dead, so that's not really that realistic to discuss. We're just Joe Maguire, Harry Maguire's brother, says Stephen Carr. Goodness me, knowing our transfer policy and our gash merchants in the recruitment team, probably we'll end up with him, bud. All right, I'll just go with that then. So Pau Torres, Lisandro Martinez. I mean, there is that Bastoni guy as well, but I don't think that link is that heavy to him. I'm just going to go with that. Okay, so which centre-backs would you like to go for, guys? Have a little vote in the poll. I've just put it up in the live chat. So is it Pau Torres? Is it Lisandro Martinez? Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Love to know. Have a little cheeky vote. We'll see what it says at the end of the stream. But Martinez is very high on his list. He wants to bring him in. If we have a look at some latest reports, we can see Sky Sports earlier on today said that Lisandro Martinez is a player that United are looking at. It's not currently a priority position, but with the possibility of departures, United are doing due diligence in the area. So we might get rid of a couple of players like Eric Bailly, maybe even Phil Jones, and hopefully Harry Maguire. I would love to get rid of Harry Maguire because he's an absolute dry lunch. Seriously. It's time to go for Slabbington Maguire, I think, at Manchester United, but that's whether or not you can get rid of him. I don't think anybody's stupid enough to take the plunge and spend 40 million quid, which is probably what you'd have to pay United to get him, because we wouldn't want to lose too much faith on him. So nobody's going to want to pay that money to get him in. So I think we're kind of stuck with Harry Maguire. Ten Hag needs to strip that captaincy off of him and give it to somebody else, and we'll just have to be stuck with him. And he'll just replace Phil Jones. Maybe we can terminate Phil Jones's contract at some point. Look like a bunch of mugs doing it, but at least he's gone. Or try and get him offloaded to another club for about half a packet of dry roasted peanuts in terms of a transfer fee, because that's all that anybody would pay for this guy, because he's on huge money to drive his pink Lambo to training and do Nout and going away. We've been paying him huge money for years. It's ridiculous. So don't know if anybody would want him. If they did, he would be available for nothing. So let's hope that somebody does come in for him. We need to strengthen the centre-back position, get a proper centre-back there. Raphael Varane's a great player, but he's an injury-prone player. He's not going to play every game. You've got to have somebody that can go in there and do the job as well. So we need a centre-back. And Harry Maguire's shit. Harry Maguire is absolutely gash. So bit there on Lisandro Martinez. Also another bit of information here. Obviously, that was the latest report from yesterday as well. Shout out to transfers_UTD on Twitter, by the way. Check out that page. It's Rush Mano's page, and he puts all the latest updates and reports from all different sources around the globe on his updated timeline, etc. So check it out. But we've got via Mike Voa, that was the last sort of report we had that United are preparing an offer, So we had a report that we were preparing an offer for him. That's also been a report for various different players throughout this summer. We actually haven't seen a proper offer from Manchester United for any of these guys. I mean, even De Jong, right? So we had a sort of verbal offer knocked back. It was understood a couple of weeks back for him. And now what you're seeing is basically us still negotiating with this club, trying to get the deal done. Still, after all this time. It's pathetic. And you can see now that, look, what's this? Another update's come out this evening. Oh, okay. Here's the update, guys. You want to hear the update on Frankie de Jong? This is the update. We've left the Frankie de Jong news to right at the end of the stream, really, because what is the Frankie de Jong news? This is the Frankie de Jong news. Talks are now advanced between Man United and Barcelona for Frankie de Jong. Barca want the deal done before the end of June. So, hopefully, that's basically more or less the same sort of stuff we've been hearing the last sort of few days. There's not that much new stuff. And this is scraping the barrel for a source anyway here. I'm just saying, there isn't that much new stuff for Manchester United at the moment with Frankie de Jong. We're expected to table a bid very, very soon and offer a significant amount more. Somewhere in the region of £70 million, maybe what it takes to get this guy in. So it's crazy money. Again, let's ask the chat, how much do you think it takes for Man United to bring in Frankie de Jong? Not how much do you think he's worth or how much do you think we should pay. How much will Man United have to pay to bring in Frankie de Jong? What do you think? I think it's going to be, all told, all together with add-ons, £75 million. I reckon we'll get pretty bent over. I do, and I think we'll have to sort of just bend to it because Ten Hag needs him, and we spent half the summer transfer window already dawdling around, fanning around, trying to get this deal done and not being able to. So we're sort of stuck where if we can't get this guy and we have to move on to our next target, and then it's just option B calamities. We don't know if they can get them. Then the negotiations started over again. United are having a nightmare, guys. Justin says 58 mil. Amit says 70 plus 10. Tonk Nash says 75. 100 says Night Whisper. 100 says Liam. 80 million pounds says Huggy and Madhouse. Hey there, hey there, Madhouse and Night Whisper and all these legends getting in. 80 million euros says the Vutinator. 85 no point negotiating if not, says Keshav Chandang Sin. But that will all be with the clauses done. Interesting. Well, 80 million for Frankie. 80 million for Frankie. If it's euros, we can live with it, right, guys? Pounds, it's a crazy amount of money, Crazy amount of money if they're going to spend 80 million on Frankie de Jong. They can't do it. It sounds like another Slabby Maguire situation, in all fairness. Okay, so also we have a chart. We have an update here in regards to Lisandro Martinez that says, so Lisandro Martinez is understood to have made it clear to Ajax that if he was to come in for, if there was an offer from Manchester United that came in, then he may be keen to go. Antony has already also sort of had his head turned by Manchester United. We heard some of the comments that he said, like when Ten Hag left and things like this. And, it depends maybe who Ten Hag wants to bring in the most out of these two players, because we don't know if we can get them both from them. So there is obviously an interest from Man United to bring in a centre-back. It might not be the highest priority. A centre-back is, I think, quite a priority for us, though. But, he's an option. And then, but also Antony, because they're losing a lot of their players this summer, doesn't mean that they're not prepared to really play ball and sell all of their players off. And there's other players they may lose. They've got to acquire new players as well, bring new players through, but also buy a couple. So unless you're gonna really compensate Ajax really well at the moment, I don't know how easy it will be to get these in. Rushy says we got 138 likes. Thank you so much. Hit the like button. Let's get 150. Thank you, Rushy. Rajat says pay it, man. Get it paid, says the big guy. I know it's unreal, isn't it? There's these offers that could be being made by Man United here. Get the money in there and pay it. 50 million quid to turn their heads for Antony. Surely we can get it done. We know that Ajax turned down a 30 million euro offer for Martinez. Maybe they'd sell him for 40. It's not a huge amount of money, is it, for Man United when we need these players? So I agree with you. Turn the heads of these players and also convince Ajax. Ajax are there to be convinced. We know they're a selling club. We know they produce all these talents. They're pretty much a feeder club for the top teams in Europe at this stage. You know, Ten Hag's done a great job with that team. He's developed them and done brilliantly, and they're all worth a lot of money in terms of assets. So Ajax don't want to sell these players for small amounts. They want top dollar, which is fair enough. United have to pay the money for them. It's that simple. We've got the money, pay the money, get the players. Pretty simple, really. If we're not careful, sooner or later, somebody else is going to come sniffing around Antony there and try and bring him in. Oh, Jarvis Cocker says Barca are going for Bernardo Silva and they need cash. They're just playing hardball with us, but we'll get him for 72.5 million euros. That'd be lovely, mate. I think we'd all sleep pretty well with that. What about 65 million quid, 67 million quid? We would all sleep lovely with that, wouldn't we, Jarvis? That would represent, I think, a good deal all round for everybody. We wouldn't have overpaid. But then again, we are United and we do seem to overpay, so it wouldn't surprise me if it's 70 plus. But I hope you're right, bud. I hope you're right. They're definitely taking a little bit of time to try and not get bent over in the deal. Definitely Night Whisper says, love United, hate the Glazers. Let's get some green and gold emojis raining down in the chat for those shithouses. Hashtag Glazers out. This is actually a pathetic window so far, mate. It's so infuriating. It's just more of the same guff from them, really. We've come to expect it now, guys. It's the norm. Right, so yeah, we're looking at Lisandro Martinez. We're looking at Antony from Ajax. He's high on Ten Hag's list, is Martinez, but he's understood to be more preferred to Ten Hag than Pau Torres. We were linked to Pau Torres at the start of the window. There was talks and discussions about that. Then we were sort of linked to Timber, and Timber's obviously been quite a priority for Ten Hag because we were discussing it early doors. But because of the talks we've had, maybe not being that satisfactory, as in guarantee him a certain squad role, and what sort of happened since with alleged Louis van Gaal comments in his ear, etc. Doesn't seem like Timber's completely that realistic. But then again, it's not dead, and it's not completely dead. It seems dead, but it's not completely dead, guys. Still a chance, I suppose, that if United were prepared to pay the money and maybe convince Timber that he would get a lot of game time and play a lot of games and get opportunities at right back and centre back and be versatile and play a lot of different appearances in different competitions, maybe he would want to come. But because of the whole getting in the Netherlands squad for the Qatar World Cup situation and him being in the Champions League team at Ajax there, maybe he'll just stay. One of the players that could be used as a sort of make weight to be sold to try and generate cash is Tony Martial. We've got reports coming out this evening that Man United are hoping to sell Tony Martial and offload him because he's on nearly £200,000 a week. But that's a bit of an obstacle in trying to sell him. So we know that he went to Sevilla on a loan spell. He scored 1 goal in 11 games for them, and he had 3 different injury spells for them as well, just in an absolute shocking loan move. He's only 26, but they weren't impressed with him. They didn't really want to, go in and put an offer for him on a permanent basis after the season that he had. So it doesn't represent good value for them. He's on big money. I suppose United could maybe do a deal to sell him to a club where maybe we could pay like 50k of his wages a week for the remainder of his contract, which might sound like a bit of a gash business to do, but actually it's not when you think of it, because at least you're getting him off your books, and at least you're, saving 150k a week basically, because he's pretty bang average. But he still might play a role in Ten Hag's team. We don't know. He still might play some sort of a role and be given opportunities by him, because it's a new fresh start for Ten Hag here. It's a new era. He might like Tony Martial. He might rate him. He might think, yes, we can get the best out of him. We can use him in this team role. We can do this. We might be able to see the best of Tony Martial again, but maybe not. But he did very much struggle for Sevilla on loan. He wasn't impressive at United. Maybe the mentality is in question there. He's always struggled to sort of be that committed player, or if something's not going his way, he's a confidence player. He seems to be affected by things that happen in games, or the situation. He seems to be one of those players that everything needs to be just right for him to be on form, which is a shame, because he is a talented player, but not a good enough player. So let's just ask the live chat, though, because Erik ten Hag may well want to keep this guy, may well want to think, well, we definitely need him because we don't have a lot of backups or reinforcements there for Ronaldo, and also even in the wide positions. So he might want to keep him. But what do you think, guys? Should we sell or keep Tony Martial at this stage with what's happening with our window and our squad, and with Ten Hag coming in? Should we keep or sell him? Let us know your thoughts, guys. Hey there, Luke MUFC. He says FIFA tonight, Pig. I'm not 100% sure yet, actually, but I think so. But I've actually got to do some finish off some DIY stuff, mate, with some electrical wiring. So I don't know. I've got to wire some sockets in and finish off doing a couple of little bits of things tonight. So maybe. Frankie by Friday says Johnny Van de Gallagher. Hope you're right, bud. I really do. Keep says Night Whisper. Sel says Nas. Sel says the big guy. Keep says Philip Chapman. Keep, he's a decent player, says Kieran. Interesting. Okay, I'm actually going to get a little poll up on that, guys, you know. So thank you, everyone who voted in this poll. We've had a lot of votes on it, and I can see that the centre-back that most people want, actually, is... it's not Lisandro Martinez, guys, which is what I thought maybe would be the pick. It's actually Pau Torres. Interesting. So I really like Pau Torres as well, guys. I mean, he is obviously only 25. He's in the Spain setup. He's sort of coming into his prime years. I like his leadership. I like his putting the body on the line. I like his quality that's shown over the last 12 months for Villarreal. So I think he would be a good signing for us and better than Maguire. But I also would respect if we got Lisandro Martinez, especially for a little bit less money, if Ten Hag thinks he can do the business. But 59% of the chat say Pau Torres is the centre-back that you'd most like to see out of the two of them. Quite interesting. So let's just have a little vote on Tony Martial, see what you guys are saying. I mean, I am leaning towards keep right now, just because of who we've got in the squad. It's not that I think Tony is really the right player for United, and he could maybe be one of those players that has the potential to upset the status quo in the dressing room maybe a little bit as well with his stroppiness. He does seem a little bit stroppy, doesn't he, right, guys? So that's a concern for me. Maybe you're best off just cutting your losses and getting rid somehow. But then again, we do need players in certain key positions there. Ronaldo's going to play as much as he can, but he can't play every single game. Martial might be used as a number 9. So may Marcus Rashford. But certainly both of those players can play in the wide areas as well. So they're versatile and they give us good depth and they give us good coverage. And if we are playing in a Gash Europa League game, maybe that's the sort of game that Tony Martial can come in and play a good role in. So yeah, I mean, I'm leaning towards keeping him. A little while ago, I'd have said sell, but because of how gashed this squad is and the amount of players we've lost in the summer and the fact that we haven't signed anybody yet and the fact that we haven't got a forward and all these different factors, I think it probably makes more sense just to keep Tony right now. I mean, sell him in the future if there's a good offer that comes in. His stock, in terms of, we were talking about United stock being super low. Mate, Tony Martial's stock is through the freaking shitter. It is so low at the moment. Like, nobody's queuing up for Tony. Nobody wants to pay 200 grand a week for him. He's not a high-profile player at the moment. He's not getting talked about in the teams of the week or the teams of the season. Or he's not doing anything. So for that reason, you know, his stock is very, very low. We should probably try and sell him at a point in the future when he's on the up a little bit more, when he's doing a bit better, when he's actually saleable. Because right now he's not saleable. I don't think anybody wants to buy him based on the season he's just had, with a few injury spells at Sevilla, getting 1 goal. So he's not wanted by anybody, I don't think. Hey, we're 1 like away from 150. Nice one, everyone. Let's have a little cheeky little late night bacon brigade. Like Spike. Oh shit, what have I done? Nice. Okay. So okay. Also, a report came out this evening that you know, Romelu Lukaku is expected to, you know, complete the move for Inter Milan very, very soon. And it's quite interesting. This, do you know that Romelu Lukaku will have accumulated a total transfer overall, you know, what would be the word here? Net transfer fees? Yeah. Net transfer fees. Net transfer fees in the history of football. The highest net transfer fees in the history of football paid for a player. And that belongs to Romelu Lukaku, my friend. 333 million euros combined total of movements in his career between clubs. That's quite unbelievable, isn't it, for such a bang average player? That is crazy. That's crazy. So he's actually gone for a combined 333 million euros in transfer fees over the course of his career. With, you know, 75 million pounds to United, and of course same amount to Italy, and then back to Chelsea, and then, you know, just various. He's moved for a huge amount of money, this guy. He has no loyalty. Anchors set up, says Keshav. Let's just see what Erik Ten Hag wants, says Pogo Gamer. Yes, indeed. Indeed. Thank you, Bell6091, you legend. How are you getting on? He says like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much, Bell. Please do hit that thumbs up button if you haven't done so, and subscribe to the channel. Right, I'm pretty much done with the news. There's a few little bits here, actually, that I just want to quickly mention But, there's not really that much extra to report. But, okay, we know that Martial might be a player we try to offload. I just think it would be really difficult. Also, Wan-Bissaka is a player that is expected to be offered to various clubs for a decent amount of money. So we are looking to offload players. Dean Henderson as well. There's an update on Dean Henderson. It just says that Nottingham Forest are on course to sign Dean Henderson on loan this week. The clubs are just sort of finalising the details of the agreement right now. And it's understood it will be a straightforward sort of season-long loan. And I don't think there's a mention of a future fee, but maybe that could be in the deal, maybe a 20 million future fee off option for them if they want an option to buy. But we're not sure yet. But that information might come out soon. But definitely Henderson is going on loan, it looks like, to Notts Forest as well. Also, Samuel Luckhurst gave us a report earlier on today that said that sources close to Marcus Rashford have suggested that he could play in the centre during pre-season, as United prefer to sign a versatile striker rather than a goal scorer. So you might see Rashford, utilised, as I say, at a number 9, or Martial, these players coming in and backing up Ronaldo, etc. Right, so if you've just got on the stream, the rundown is that we're working on Antony. There's an understanding that we're trying to sign this guy. The reports came out that we've got representatives going to Amsterdam to discuss the deal. They may be bollocks because they're reported by some gash outlets, but we know that Man United do have that interest there. We are very much keen on Antony. Ten Hag's got that relationship with him. He's a good young prospect, so it's an exciting one, guys, if we could do it. So that is a possibility. Also, Christian Eriksen was still waiting for his decision. There's reports come out today that there's 5 clubs in the Premier League that have offered him a contract, and that West Ham, Leicester and a couple other teams are also now interested in him. So whether or not that's true remains to be seen. Who knows who we will choose. Brentford also on the table as well, and Man United. Spurs seemingly out of the race, but you just never know. I would have thought he'd be the perfect destination for him because of his relationship there with Conte and also Spurs. Okay, so, and also then just Lisandro Martinez is another player that United are being talked about as maybe tabling a bid for very, very soon. That's basically all the United news, guys. Still no official bid, still no signings, still no bollocks in this transfer window, still no ambition, still no money spent, still no real, it's just bollocks, guys, isn't it? What a terrible transfer window so far, guys. Rate this transfer window out of 10, everybody. Rate it out of 10. I'm going to finish off my mocha. Rate the transfer window out of 10, folks. It's something else. It is something else, I tell you. Yeah, 2, says Night Whisper. Yeah, that's generous, bud. This is a big fat 0 of a transfer window so far. We've lost 6 players. We haven't signed anybody yet. We're 11 days in. This is a 0 of a transfer window, bud. I was asking. It was a rhetorical question. It's obviously a fat 0. -9. Now you're talking, Burr691. Yeah, that's literally how bad it is at the moment. Difster says Evan Nilsson is a better talent than Nunes. Both footed, great touch. Oh, fair play, Difster. Yeah, I saw those reports yesterday that he's being linked to us as well. Whether or not they're legit, who knows? But he is being linked. How about Koundé? Yeah, I like Jules Koundé there, Rajat Valencia. But again, doesn't seem like, I don't know. He's not being linked to us at this moment in time anyway. Revivalizer says 0.5. Generous again. 0, not sold anyone either. I agree with you, Rushmano. Liam H, thank you, Liam, so much for the super chat. Super chat. It's super Liam H, lad. Liam, thank you very much, buddy. He says, Piggy, watch the documentary about Erik ten Hag. It seems he has a knack for turning around troubled street lads. Perhaps he can do something with Martial, says Liam. Maybe so. That's it. A lot of these guys are struggling with their form, struggling with their ability to play at the moment at United. Not just Martial, like a lot of the players need to get back on track. Bruno Fernandes, Rashford. I know these guys are all struggling right now. Maguire. I don't want him to get back on track. I just want him to get sold. But you know what I mean? There's a lot of players that are struggling that need to get back on track. So you could be onto something. Maybe he will be able to do that. Like, we could see Martial come back and be a good player in the future. He should be just hitting his prime. He's 26. He should just be hitting his prime. Thank you so much for your super chat there, Liam. Guys, can we get a sue in the chat there for Liam H? He's gone in there absolutely raw. -10 says Night Whisper. That's more like it. Jarvis says 10 for losing Pogba and Lingard. Actually, that's it. I didn't think about that, actually. There are some positives from this win, I suppose. We've got rid of some of the guff. And an extra 0.5 point for Lee Grant being gone as well. The Glazers say 10 out of 10, says Madhouse. That's about right as well, lad. Martial has a history of gang crime, says Fire Up. Well, really? Okay, well, I'm not interested in that business, really. I'm sure that's behind him, seeing as now he's playing for Manchester United. You know what I'm saying? So I very much don't think that we have to worry about that, bud. Every club Lukaku has been in trouble, says Pogo Gamer. Yeah, I mean, that's it. He's always gone in there and he's always done reasonably well to begin with, and it's always sort of petered out and boiled off, hasn't it? He's absolutely average. I'm sorry. He is a good player. We know he's a good player, but he's not the most technical player, I think. I certainly don't think he's the most expensive player of all time. When you think about players who have moved for big money, you wouldn't have thought necessarily that Lukaku's the one that has moved for the most amount of money, but he has done. I mean, it does make sense because he's gone so many different places for big money every single time. So it does make sense. But all I mean by that is you would think it would be somebody like, I don't know, a Zlatan Ibrahimovic or somebody who has moved between loads of clubs and it's just better. You know what I mean? But it's not. It's Lukaku. Yeah. Have a good evening, all red, says Night Whisper. What about Torres at Monaco, says Pogo Gamer? I'm not really too familiar with him, actually, to be honest, bud. I don't watch any of that Farmer League guff. Is he good, is he? Difter says, Piggy, can you do a show on the different people being linked with United and what you rate them? 100-plus player, though. I know, I saw that, actually. That's pretty ridiculous. I saw that list of 100 players that's linked to Man United. It's quite outrageous, isn't it? Fair play. Maybe Difter. Nice, yeah. Oh, okay, right. Fair play, Fire Up. Eyeball says, I don't know, Piggy. There's so many clubs throwing cash about. Could be worth doing a deal on the shady, then announced it at the last minute. Seems sensible to me, says Eyeball Paul. Okay, well, no, I don't think it's sensible to, announce things at the last minute. Doing the deal on the shady then announced. I don't know. I think we've got to get these deals wrapped up pretty soon, though. But I feel you, man. I mean, clubs know that we need players. We need players. We need to get them all before the 12th of July, mate. Johnny Van de Gallagher, thank you for the highlighted member comment here. He's been a bacon and egg brigadier for 14 months. Let's get a hashtag 14 in the chat there for aka Dutch Christ, aka Big God Bob. What's going on? He says Bake doesn't smash it in training, but the others aren't good even in the game. So Haag will give him a chance to prove himself, given he was good for him. Yeah, that's right, he will. And if he doesn't smash it in training, that doesn't mean like he's not a match day player. There's a difference. Some players, okay, I don't want to excuse their lack of effort, but some players, they just do it on the day. Some players are big game players. Some players turn up. I mean, I don't think Cantona was a very good trainer, was he? I'm pretty sure like Fergie made some sort of allowances for him. But he was a fucking great player when it came to the match. He was a leader, or people like Berbatov, maybe. I'm not sure he was a very good trainer. I don't, there's lots of good players who are not great trainers that you could suggest that, but they do it on the match day. So I think it's more about what you actually do in the games than what it is about in training. Of course, you've got to impress the manager. Of course, you've got to deserve to play. But if you impress in a game, that should count for a lot more than it does doing it in training, if you ask me. Ryan Perry says De Jong is vital to the club to run the centre of the park. Antony will be dangerous with his left foot if he takes the right wing position cutting inside. Glazers need to give Ten Hag cash to play with. Spot on, Ryan, mate. I agree with you, my friend. Definitely needs the cash. Definitely De Jong could be a pivotal cog in that midfield for Ten Hag just to create, a new change and just to control the game for us. At this point, we just want some substantial news on transfers to get some hope. Yeah, Diogo, so slow. Shocking stuff, mate. Shocking window. The worst window I can remember since the David Moyes window when he first came in, and we fannied around all summer long and only got Fellaini at the end of it. Oh, really? Pogo Gamer says, I wake up every morning with high blood pressure. He's got those Phil Jones gurns in there. Nice. It's hard to be a red in 20, says Night Whisper. Rush Mano says, United are encouraging this chaotic reporting on links to players. They're working under the radar. Yeah, interesting. Okay, that's interesting as well. Lots of PR coming out from the club as well. Make people think we're interested in actually doing deals when we might not be, and also trying to do some stuff under the radar, as you say, behind the scenes. Yeah, nice one. Some great players took it easy in training. You're right, Big. Yeah, true, Johnny. I mean, there's players that, they're great trainers and then they're great on match day, and there's players that are great trainers and they're gash on match day, and then there's players that are gash trainers and they're great on match day, and there's probably players too that are gash trainers and also gash on match day. Oh, nice one. Let's have a look at this fab tweet. Thank you very much for messaging here, Mr. Oh, okay. Here we go, guys. We've got another De Jong update here from Fabrizio Romano. Let's have a look at this. Okay. New update, guys. Here it is. Let me just get it on the screen for you. So we've got a new update from Fabrizio Romano here, folks. It's positive stuff. It's positive stuff. Let's have a look at it. So here it is. He's just tweeted a few minutes ago. Manchester United and Barcelona have been in direct contact today for Frankie de Jong. Still no agreement on the fee. As Barca told Man United they won't sell Frankie de Jong for less than 86 million euros. Barcelona want full fee guaranteed. Also because of La Liga rules to reinvest money. Kiddo, guys. FML. You know what I mean? Zaymiassi, mate. Thank you so much for the super chat there, boss. I really appreciate you, my son. Thank you, Zaymiassi. Come on, let's get a raw fucking dirty gooner emoji in there with a, I don't know, what's an Arsenal gooner emoji? I don't know. Yeah, the poo-poo one. Zane, thank you so much. He says, Piggy, you still have not signed anyone. I guess you'll be relying on rubbish football and Ronaldo bailing you out. Raphinha, Jesus, Martinelli, Odegaard, Saka. We will be the London Galacticos. The London Galacticos. Fucking hell, mate. I don't know about that, bro. The London Galacticos. Goodness me. I'm in disagreement with you saying me actually. I think even if you do get this player, you actually think that Gabriel Jesus is all that of a great player? I mean, I think he's good, but I don't think he's great. Why does Pep Guardiola want to get rid of him for a Ghostbusters 2 painting of a striker, which is Erling Haaland then? Erling Haaland's blatantly better, blatantly going to score more goals, blatantly is the sort of striker that could get you 25 league goals a season, maybe even 30 league goals a season, to be fair. I'm worried about Erling Haaland going to City, I really am, because I think he's going to score a lot of goals for them over the next few years, right? You know what I'm not worried about? I'm not worried about Gabriel Jesus going to shit in Arsenal, bro, where they're going to struggle under Mikel Arteta to do anything. You know what I mean? You have got some good signings there, to be fair. You have got some players, but United are working slowly. But let's actually judge United in about a week or two after we have actually signed some players, because we know there are players coming, Zane. There are players coming, mate, because we've had so many personnel leave us and Ten Hag's just come in. So we'll get some players. Don't worry, we will get some players. We know the players you got. You know, some of them are bang average, lad. Jesus is good, but he's not great. He's not great. He's a good replacement. I'll tell you, he's a good replacement for. He's a good replacement for Alexander Lacazette, mate, a.k.a. Lack of Threat. He's a good replacement for him, boss. But other than that, I'm not worried. Fair play to you, Zane. You know, fair play to Arsenal. They're doing some business. They got a Vieira guy. You know, they're doing some business. They're linked to a bunch of players as well. You know, they're still going to be Mikel Arteta's Arsenal, though, man. Still going to be a bunch of North London bottle job company, my friend. So just wait and see what happens, mate, with United in the window. Let's hope we can sign these players. Well, I think you'll be surprised in a few weeks' time with the good sort of few players we have got in there. And I think we'll think yours are shite. Thank you, Zane. You're a legend. Let's get a sue in there for Zane. Liam H, bro. Thank you for your super chat, man. He says, chill. Let Erik Ten Hag do his thing. Chouameni was all the rage with Man United fans. I watch all Monaco's home games. He only plays when the game's going well. He's a joke who the local fans called Pogba Part 2. Oh, Liam H. That's a great comment. Pogba Part 2. Love that. Love that. Fair play. Well, that's interesting. I think that's funny as, bro. Yeah, well, you know, I think he's a good player, to be fair. But look, Ten Hag's going to have his ideas. He's going to have his targets that he wants to bring in. And that's really what we have to back. It's not really who we want. If it was up to me, you know, we would have gone and got Ruben Neves from Wolves and De Jong, and we'd probably go and get Pau Torres, and we'd probably go and get, a player like, Antony, and we would sign Christian Eriksen. But the only reason I'm saying Antony is because Ten Hag's there. If it wasn't for that, it's like, would we be really talking about getting Antony, or would we be talking about getting somebody else? Like, I don't know, like that Raphinha. Do you know what I mean? So, of course, Ten Hag's come in. He wants his players. He's got his players. He wants to get somebody. So, yeah, I mean, he's obviously got his ideas. Eyeball Paul says, I'm a realist. What's this just come through here? Interesting. I mean, it is quite interesting, to be fair, about... I mean, I wonder... Look at this comment here, guys. Look at this tweet here from Fabrizio, right? So, you know, United and Barcelona have been in direct contact today for Frankie de Jong. Still no agreement on the fee, and Barca have told United they won't sell Frankie de Jong for less than 86 million euros. Wowzers. I mean, if that's the case, they're still playing hardball. Do you think United could walk away from this deal? Right, you know what? I'm going to get another poll on the go, guys. I'm going to end that poll. So I can see we've had 126 votes on Martial there. Keep smashing that like button, guys. Let's get this puppy to 200 thumbs ups. Please do drop a big old juicy like on this video if you haven't done so. And hit that subscribe button if you're new. Get in the chat. That's all we ask, is to drop a cheeky little like. It's free. Help out the channel. Boost us up down the algorithm. And help us compete with the clickbait merchants and the corporation channels, etc. Nice one. Liam, thank you so much for your super chat there, by the way, boss. And we've got a super sticker again from UK Nation PS4 Gamer, mate. Thank you very much. He says, keep it up, bro. Mate, thank you very much, dude. Man, it's all going off in the live chat, dude, with these legends. UK Nation PS4 Gamer, thank you for the super sticker. Let's get a Ronaldo Sue in the live chat for him. Thank you very much there. You legend. Yes, get in there, my son. So anyway, so I think Barcelona are playing hardball, of course. They want as much money as possible. There's a chance that United could walk away from this deal. I'm going to end that poll. 62% say sell Martial. That's interesting, isn't it? 38% of the live chat say keep. 62% say sell the guy. Get rid of that guff. Sell the man. He's rubbish. That's what 62% say. I would have been in that camp if it wasn't for the fact that we've got a load of garbage as well. And we also have a lack of depth in certain areas in the squad, right? Rushy says, sounds like Barca trying to play hardball even though they have to sell him. Yeah, that's it. They're prepared to wait it out and make us sweat and try and force us to panic and try and force us to pay top dollar just to get it done early. Whereas we know that if it goes on all summer long, if they do want to sign other players, they would have to sell him. So it might be a waiting game. This sounds sickening, doesn't it? It may well be a big waiting game, this one. Oh! Okay, so I'm going to end that poll there. 38% say keep. 62% say sell. And now what I'm going to do is ask the live chat a very simple question. There's going to be a poll that comes up in a second, and I'm just asking you, do we actually sign Frankie de Jong this summer, guys? Do we actually sign him? Be honest now. Because it's looking like there's a chance that Man United could maybe walk away from the deal, I suppose, if Man United were not happy with the dawdling that Barcelona are doing here and their demands. So reports that they're demanding 86 million for this guy. Would United be prepared to walk away, I wonder? I know Ten Hag wants his guy, but can you really get bent over like this all the time publicly? I don't know. I mean, we don't want to be seen to spend over the odds. But then again, other teams do it when they want to get their players, and we should have ambition. You know, it's got to a point. I just say, you know what? We got to fucking spend the money, guys. Oh... We've come too far not to, says Rajat Malaysia. That's sort of how I feel, mate. And Ten Hag's got him as his number one priority. Barca do have us in a bit of a dodgy position here, really, because they know we're desperate for him. They know Ten Hag wants him and desires him. We know that they sort of want to cash in as well, though. So it's not exactly an ideal situation for anybody. There probably will be some strong, long negotiations going on. Pacer, what's going on? Thank you for the piggy emojis. Hope you're good, pal. UK Nation PS4 Gamer says it's definitely a waiting game. Barcelona would have sold him by now. Yeah, fair one. Yeah, they want the top dollar for him, don't they? I think Aiden Feeney, I think maybe, will we get Antony? I mean, it depends. We've got to get the midfield sorted out first, I think, and then probably we'll see a bit of movement for Antony. I'm going to say no. Mark Oliver says Bayern got Mane, Graven Butchers, and Mazrui. For 50 mil, I know, yeah. And literally 2 from Ajax, bro. They've dealt with Ajax twice already this summer for their players. Why weren't United able to get those deals done for reasonable money? I know we're a fucking joke, mate. Honestly, we are absolutely a joke when it comes to these recruitments and the windows. Teams see us coming a mile off, and they just play the game with Man United because they know we're bad at it. Thank you very much, Harshit Mudgali. Appreciate that. He says, you're a legend. Thank you, Harshit, man. Appreciate that, dude. Doesn't seem like they're going to let him go easily, says Diogo Santos. 1-3, says Raja. Hi there, D-Money. How you doing, mate? Top Don. Good to see you, bud. Johnny says Antony will get Ronaldo, etc. Goals will with his crossing ability. Finally, yeah, definitely true. I mean, he did only get 4 assists in the Eredivisie this season, though, right? But I hope that he would be a great provider for Ronaldo for us. He's got a lot of goals as well as doing that, so it depends on what his role is. Never do business with Barcelona again, says FIFA Don. Those twats. OP Dragon says, yeah, no. Thank you, Night Whisper, you Don. What's that? Okay. Templar Priest says, take Barca to the Fair Standards Agency. Yeah, get on the blower of trading standards for these twats. That's what I'm saying. We can get 2 players for Frankie de Jong, says Pogo Gamer. Good point. You can. Yeah, you could. There's an argument you could even get close to getting the likes of Ruben Neves and Tielemans for that price because of Tielemans' contract situation. Thank you, UK Nation PS4 says, Flying Pig's better than Sky Sports. Well, we do give you the news quicker than those guys. Generally, we call them slow sports news around here, my son. Nice one, Pedram Ascari, you legend. I'm loving all the green in the live chat. Look at these channel member legends. Guys, I've got a question to ask the channel members, actually, and ask the rest of the people in the live chat as well, because I'm thinking about doing this for the start of the season, because I think, well, I've got a lot of members of the channel, and they're all a bunch of legends, and what do the members actually get for being a member of this channel? I don't do any private member streams. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's usually one of the things that people get. You get some emojis. You obviously get highlighted member comment once a month as well for free, but you need some more perks. So what I was thinking about doing is doing a members only stream before every United game, like a members bar type thing for like an hour, an hour before kickoff for an hour. That finishes an hour before kickoff, if you know what I mean. Something like that. What do you think of that, guys? Is that a gash idea? Is that a good idea? Let me know. It might be a gash idea, but I was just thinking about it could do like a members bar type thing, just so the members only can speak, and then it's more, I don't know. Liam H, thank you so much for your super chat again, man. Liam H is going in there raw tonight, man. Thank you so much for all these. Let's get a love heart in the live chat there for Liam. He says, last one from me before I pay your mortgage off. Brinkmanship negotiating is for children. You what? Upfront and straightforward is the best approach. I do it for a living. Nothing wrong with paying a fair price. You're right, Liam. You're right. And even over the price, if you really see something you absolutely want. I see what you're saying, Liam. Think about Klopp in Liverpool and Klopp over at Liverpool with what's been going on. They signed Darwin Núñez for 100 mil. They paid more over the odds, but they got their guy. I agree with you. Great comment there, Liam H. Thank you so much, you legend. Mark Oliver says, private member streams. Yeah, that is more than enough, says Night Whisper. Fair play, fair play. Stripper, says Liam H. Gungshi says, good idea, Pig. Hey there, Gungshi. I hope you're doing good, you legend. How are you getting on tonight, you absolute top don? Come on. Yeah, nice one. Thank you so much, bud. Gungshitty only thinks it's a good idea. Errol Amana, thank you very much for hitting that subscribe button, my friend. If you're new to this channel, do what Errol Amana has done and smash that thumbs up button raw, my friends. Yeah, that's not a bad idea either, Michael Odell. Yeah, good shout. Kieran says, sounds good. Like OnlyFans, says Rush. Maybe we should send it over to OnlyFans. We could get 10 Phil Jones for what Barca wants, says Templar Priest. Mark says, member calling shows are fun too. Watching the members get benefit. That's a good idea, Mark. That is a good idea, mate. Yeah. And plus then we can weed out the trolls and stuff, actually. That's a really good idea, mate. Member calling shows. What a great idea, mate. That's a really good idea. I like your style, man. At least if somebody's going to be a troll, then they have to pay me £1.99. Oh, dear. FIFA Don says, cash piggy. Oh, okay. Well, you don't like that idea. But you are a member, though. Oh, no, you're not a member, sorry. So, okay, you would find it gash then. But fair enough. But all the members, you can still watch the streams, though. How it works, I think, is that, non-members can still watch the streams, but members can only chat. That's basically what it is. Pretty sure. It's just an idea. It's just it's just like a members bar before. Nothing else is going away. That won't be the case for all other ones. It's just for before the streams. Just stream FIFA Pig for the members, says some too. Don't bother, more work. F that, says Johnny. Bring back question of sin. Now you're talking, Gungshi. Yes, we need to. We do. I'd like a cheeky one before the season gets started. And maybe around about the World Cup, we'll do a World Cup question. World Cup questions, question of sin. That's a good idea, isn't it? Piggy Soccer Network, says Petra Mascari. Maybe, bud. Not bad price, $1.99. That's pretty cheap membership, isn't it, to support your favourite YouTube channel? Knight says, now let's see it in chat, bro. We're all fam here since Night West Burr. Fair one, fair one. I don't want to see any members, says Madhouse. JR says, give away a Harry Maguire jersey to the longest serving top 3 members. I don't want them to unsubscribe, bud. Liam says there's no membership option on YouTube. Oh, I think, are you on an iPhone? I think if you're on an iPhone, it doesn't show up for some reason. You need the link. But it's pinned at the top of the live chat, though, right there. It's actually pinned at the top. Member bar send dick pics, says Tony. No, that's for the Discord, my friend. I'm joking. I'm just joking. We just love you, man, but sounds good, says Callum Karen. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, question time. Good, all good ideas, guys. Big up yourself there, Noble Army. Yeah, this is one of the most boring transfer windows ever. I agree. Thank you. Oh, yeah, Rushmano's put the member thing in there. There you go. There's the link to the membership. Thank you, Rushy, you legend. Let's just check this last update out very quickly. Oh, interesting. So David Ornstein, there's a report from him as well this evening, just a few minutes ago. And it says, exclusive Arsenal have this evening. Some, oh, fucking hell, mate. There you go. Bollocks and a half, mate. Bollocks and a half. Where's that Zami Assi at? Fucking hell, guys. Anyway, right, look at this, guys. Look at this, guys. Yeah, we knew it. Yeah, oh, fucking hell. Why is everybody at it but us? David Ornstein has just reported this, folks. Exclusive Arsenal have this evening submitted a formal offer for Leeds for Raphinha. Hey, we got a new member of the channel, Mark Oliver, bro. Thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel, dude. Yes, lad. Welcome aboard the Bacon Express. Really appreciate that, dude. By the way, you don't have to be a member to comment here. I read everybody's comments out just the same. I was just thinking about doing like a members bar thing before games is all, but it's just an idea. Anyway, thank you so much to you, Mr. Mark Oliver, you legend. Everyone, all the channel members, welcome him to the Bacon Brigade. Get your favorite channel member emoji in the live chat to welcome him to the posse, my friend. Mark Oliver, the Bacon Brigade grows one stronger. Let's go. Thank you, dude. I really appreciate you. Top man. What a man. Thank you very much. Mark Oliver says, the Pork Platoon, you're mad. Oh, we are a bunch of lunatics around here, my friend. You're right about that. Shout out to the Pork Platoon, the Gammon Gang, the Hamada, the Sausage Soldiers, the Bacon Brigade. Absolute bunch of legends. Right, so as you can see from that David Ornstein tweet, guys, Arsenal have this evening submitted a formal offer to Leeds for Raphinha. Arsenal contacted Leeds earlier to indicate intention to make bid, and that has now landed. Falls well short of Leeds' valuation, though. It's expected to be rejected. I didn't read that last bit. That's fucking awesome. Anyway. But anyway, no, fair enough. So they are tabling bids at least, like an actual formal bid, it seems. Which is more can be said for Manchester United, guys, in all seriousness. Arsenal are making strides in this window now. They have signed players and they will sign more players. Man United haven't signed anybody. City have signed players. Liverpool has signed players. You know, it's only really who's dawdling around. Liverpool signed players. Chelsea haven't signed anyone, I don't think, have they? I think they're sort of in a bit of a gash situation, aren't they? They're working on getting Lukaku gone. I don't know if they've signed. I don't think they've signed anybody yet. Most of the teams are doing business, though. We haven't signed anyone. We're doing absolutely awful. It's an embarrassment. Expected to be rejected. I don't know. That's funny, Calame. Yeah, Pogo Gamer. Got a sick members team here, Piggy. Definitely, man. Yeah, definitely. Should we try members only for the last 5 minutes? Oh, man. That'll piss everyone off, mate. All the non-members will be fucking hating that one. You don't want to miss out on Piggy in red panties night, says Mark Oliver. Oh, nice one, man. I appreciate that a lot. Well, thank you so much for becoming a member and supporting the show, though. That's really cool of you, man. Come on, man. It's obvious we're going to spend a fortune on De Jong, says Callum Karen. Yeah, I know. Yeah, roundabout way, we probably are. So if I was them, I'd just pay the money earlier rather than fanning around all summer and just save a few mil. Yeah, true, Zane. He says Liverpool still need 2 top players to be top level. I mean, I don't know. They still got most of the players they got last season. They just lost basically Mane, but they've got that Luis Diaz in recently. And, of course, Darwin Núñez. Lukaku gone out right now. We will get players, says Jorginho Sizen. Fair play to you, my son. Fair play to you. Please don't, says Night Whisper. I need to do my own merch. Defos buy everything. I do have merch, actually. Put an exclamation merch in the live chat. There is some stuff on there. But I need to get my own merch actually made rather than use them because they're a rip-off, mate. Noble Armo says Arsenal moving crazy. And like they have like different shipping from Europe and America and stuff. You have to choose which one, and it just pays, you know, it costs a bit. Rushy says we've got 58.2k subs. Let's go. Come on. Thank you everyone for hitting that subscribe button. Really appreciate you all dropping the old subscribe. And if you're new, guys, do what these legends have done and hit that subscribe button. Help us get to 60,000 subscribers. We're creeping up. Appreciate you all watching these update streams as well. We keep it real around here. There's no bullshit around here. Liam H, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. Let's go, my son. Come on. Liam H, you legend. He's only going to become a member. Come on, Liam, man. Thank you very, very much for that. Again, dude, this guy, man. Thank you very much, Liam H, for being a member of this channel. Everyone, all the members, come on, you know what to do. Get those Phil Joneses and Roy Keanes or whoever in there, whatever your favorite emoji is, to welcome him to the community. Because that's what it is. This is a community, guys. It's not just, you know, some faceless channel. Doesn't give a toss about its viewers. We care about each other around here. We've got, you know, legends of the channel have been around here supporting for years, but also new people as well. Welcome, who share the same sort of vibe and, you know, who like talking about Manchester United and football. You don't even have to be a United fan. So there you go. Yeah, we do need more merch, Night Whisper, definitely. There's the merch. There should be a link in the live chat somewhere. I don't know. Maybe there is no merch. Maybe there is no merch, but it's in the description. Link is in the description. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much gonna have to wrap it up here, guys. We've oh shit, is it 10:03? Wowzers, we've been going for nearly a full game of football's length of time. Time for stoppage time, my friend. Bit of Fergie time action. Let's go. One or two last comments in Fergie time there. Merciless says big up the real pig. Thank you, Merciless dude. Hope you're a good lad. Raphinha or Antony says how can Mamoot? Antony for me because of the Ten Hag vibe and link, mate. Guys, we're only 3 likes off of 200 likes. Come on. Sue. Only 2 to go now. Please do drop a like before you go, guys. FIFA says sub 2. Do you know what? I've got to do some electrical wiring type stuff. Finish off a couple of things. My mate was around, you know, helping me earlier, but I've got to do a couple of, little things in preparation for the next time he comes round. So I've got to kind of do it. So I don't know if I'm going to finish it. We'll have to see. Thank you very much. Callum Gill says pig FIFA stream tonight. Maybe. We'll see. Keep a lookout. Nice one, Night Whisper. Thank you, Philip Chapman, Chocolate Salty Balls, Nick Knack, Reaper King, Johnny Van der Galler as well, Pogo Gamer, Busy the Priest, Alka Mamoot, Merciless. I may well do, guys. Keep a lookout. But thank you, everyone, for watching this news update. That's the latest United news. Making some sort of moves, hopefully, for players like de Jong, Antony, over the next coming days. And also, Eriksen is still understood to be waiting to make a decision on us. I'll just end that poll there then, which is, do we sign Frankie de Jong? A whopping 71% of the live chat think, yes, we do. That's positive, guys. I like that. I mean, we've been working on this deal for so long. It seems to be ridiculous for us not to do that now. Divaz Aurora says, do you think we'll get de Jong? Only because we've been working on it for so long now, and Ten Hag clearly wants him as his guy. Thank you, John Adair. Thank you, Rushmano, bud. Thank you for the updates. Thank you, Madhouse. Thank you, Chocolate Salty Balls. Thank you, the big guy, Sylvester and Yanga as well. Logging in now. Missed a lot. Oh, you have done, mate. We're just finishing, but please do watch the show back, my lad. Hope you're good, Sylvester. Thank you, NK Shooter. Thank you, Pogo. Brian Foskett. All the new members of the channel, thank you very much to you all for watching, honestly. Thank you for becoming a member, I mean. And thank you to everybody for watching. Thank you to all the mods. Thank you to all the members. Thank you to all the viewers. Thank you to all the chatters and everyone who gets involved in this community of legends. Have a great night, guys. I might be back later with FIFA, but if not, I will be back on tomorrow with the daily update for FIFA in the afternoon on the gaming channel, Flying Pig Gaming, and also the United news tomorrow on the channel as well in the afternoon, in the evening, if there is some. So we'll get on and give you the latest tomorrow. Make sure you click the bell so you get notified. Click the subscribe if you're new so you don't miss a thing. Follow us on social media as well at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. Check out the website, unitedflyinghigh.com. Thank you all, Brian Foskett, Rushy, Sylvester, Olsen, Kieran, Night Whisper, Nut as well, Pogo Gamer, and all you legends. Have a great night. Thanks for watching. Come back after it's finished and comment with your opinions and thoughts about Antony, de Jong, Ten Hag, the Glazer shithouses, anything you want to discuss. Keep it going. Nice one, Chris Barker. Nice one, Busy, Night Whisper, Ulf793, Rushy, and everyone as well. All the legends of this channel. Much love to you guys. Good night, guys. And come on, United. Sort your pissing lives out, you bunch of meandering melts. Night, folks. Suey.